The truth Dubai tried to hide. Fazza's love is 60-years-old woman. The desert holds 1,000 quiet breaths. And tonight it whispers a truth long carried beneath its golden waves. A truth Dubai tried to fold into silence. A truth wrapped in footsteps that never wished to shine. For in the heart of the city, crowned with towers and dreams, there lives a story older than the tallest spire. A story the dunes protected with soft, warm hands. A story of a woman with 60 years of grace upon her shoulders. And a prince whose heart learned devotion at her feet. She walked slowly through the memory of yesterday. Her hair silver like the moon drifting above Jumeirah skies. Her eyes carrying the weight of seasons that shaped her soul. She has known storms. She has known quiet evenings where time sat beside her like a companion. She has known love in its purest, quietest form, the kind that does not ask to be seen, the kind that asks only to be understood. And in the soft folds of this gentle understanding, Fazza found a sanctuary no palace could ever give. Dubai tried to hide it, tried to shield the story beneath layers of noise and glory, tried to pretend the prince walked untouched by the wisdom of years. But hearts remember, and hearts reveal. For every time he looked at her hands, he saw the years she survived. He saw the strength that held her through winter like a flame refusing to die. He saw the courage of a woman who had lost and risen, fallen and risen again. And he learned from her a kind of love the world rarely tells. She was not a queen dressed in jewels. She was not a dancer lit by spotlight. She was the quiet soul who healed his broken nights. She was the gentle breath that steadied his racing thoughts. She was the wind that lifted the weight of royal expectations from his shoulders. In her presence he could rest. In her silence he could hear himself. In her wisdom he found his own reflection softened. The city around them roared with stories of crowns and thrones. But between them sat a truth carved from simplicity, a truth unafraid of time, a truth older than the desert. You cannot bury such a truth. It rises like the sun. It returns like the tide. It breathes even when hidden. She walks with 60 years behind her. Yet her steps hold the youth of someone who has loved deeply. Life carved poems into her palms. Life wrote galaxies into the lines of her smile. Life shaped her into a vessel of calm. And when he first looked at her, he did not see her age. He saw the universe she carried. He saw the stories she wore like a delicate shawl over her shoulders. He saw a depth untouched by the illusions of youth. She became the quiet moon of his nights, the voice that taught him courage without war, the presence that taught him gentleness without weakness. She became a chapter he never wished to end, a chapter Dubai tried to tuck away, a chapter the world never expected. But hearts choose without asking. And love rises without seeking permission. The truth Dubai tried to hide is that age did not stop the heart of. The story continues beneath a sky that remembers everything. For the desert never forgets, and neither does the heart that has tasted truth. The woman with 60 years of life, woven into her spirit, walks with a calm that touches the air around her. Her presence is like a prayer made of breath, a soft hymn carried by dawn. She has become the quiet anchor of a prince who carries kingdoms on his shoulders. Yet beside her, he is simply a man seeking the warmth of a soul that understands him. Dubai moves fast. Its lights grow brighter each night. Its pulse never slows. But in the spaces between all the glittering rush, there exists a silence shaped by the bond they share. A silence that holds no fear. A silence that carries meaning deeper than any spoken word. Every moment with her feels like a page turning gently, revealing truths that do not belong to the world outside. Her hands carry memories. Memories of children she raised. Memories of dreams she released. Memories of wounds she endured without letting bitterness take root. He sees these memories when she lifts her hand to brush her hair. He feels these memories when she reaches out to guide him. For in her smallest gestures lie the lessons he never learned in royal walls. She is 60 years of grace, 60 years of strength, 60 years of storms that shaped her into something rare. Her age is not a number for him. It is a map of survival, a map of tenderness, a map of hidden galaxies unnoticed by those who only chase youth. He finds himself returning to that map again and again, tracing her wisdom in every step she takes. There is a garden she loves, a small place hidden behind walls of old stone near the edge of the city. Few people know of it. Fewer still understand its significance. She walks there at sunset, when the sky softens into colors only the desert can paint. He follows her into this sanctuary, not as a ruler, but as a man seeking truth, seeking calm, seeking her. In that garden, she becomes a storyteller, her voice low, her words unhurried. She tells him stories of her childhood, of days when life was simple yet heavy, of moments when hope was a fragile seed she guarded with trembling hands. He listens with a heart wide open, for her stories carry wisdom no book holds, no teacher speaks, no throne teaches. She speaks of loss, not with sorrow but with acceptance. She speaks of love, not as fantasy, but as devotion. She speaks of life, not as burden, but as a path carved by courage. He watches the light fall across her face, and he realizes that each line that time carved into her skin is a verse in the poem she has become. Dubai tried to hide this connection, tried to bury whispers in the shadows of its towering walls. But truth breathes. Truth rises. Truth finds its way into every corner. People began to notice the change in him, the calm in his eyes, the softness in his smile, the quiet strength in his decisions. They saw it, even if they did not understand it, for the woman shaped him, not with power, not with demand, but with presence. Night falls upon Dubai with a softness that feels almost sacred. The city glows with silent energy. Yet somewhere beyond the rush of its glittering roads, a different glow rises. A glow made not of lights, but of the quiet warmth shared between a prince and the woman, whose 60 years carry a lifetime of hidden power. Their story has deepened, like desert roots reaching for water beneath endless sand. Strong, unseen, unbroken, for the world sees crowns, but it does not see hearts. The world sees age, but it does not see soul. And her soul is a horizon wide and endless, a horizon he never grows tired of returning to. She sits beside him near the quiet shoreline at night. Waves roll like whispered blessings across the sand. He watches her as she listens to the sea, her face calm, her breath steady, her spirit unshaken by time. She is a portrait painted by life itself, a portrait shaped by storms conquered and gentle dawns awaited. He wonders how someone with 60 Years of weight carries herself with such effortless grace. She tells him age does not steal beauty. It reveals it. It uncovers what youth hides. It brings forward the soul that lived behind the noise of younger days. And he sees it in her. He sees a kind of beauty that is made not of perfection, but of truth. She looks at him and sees not the crown. She sees the boy he once was, the man he has become, the heart he tries to protect from the world. She understands his silences. She understands his storms. No explanation needed. No words required. Their connection breathes in the spaces between them. Dubai whispers about them, some with curiosity, some with disbelief, some with quiet admiration they will never admit aloud. For how can a prince choose a woman whose years outnumber his? How can a heart ignore the expectations of a city built on image? But love is not written by the world. Love is written by destiny, and destiny is wiser than gossip. She never sought the spotlight. She never asked for his loyalty. She never wished to be part of a story people would speak about. Yet here she stands in the center of his heart, a place untouched by judgment, a place guarded fiercely by his devotion. He remembers the first time she comforted him, not with touch, not with words, but with presence, a presence so steady it quieted the storms inside him. He knew then that she held something rare, a rare calm, a rare understanding, a rare strength he had searched for in many places and never found. Now she guides him, not as a queen, but as a compass of wisdom. She reminds him that leadership is not weight. It is responsibility. She reminds him that kindness is not weakness. It is legacy. She reminds him that love is not noise. It is truth. And the truth is this: she is 60. She is timeless. She is the chapter he refuses to close. As the waves curl along the shore, he reaches for her hand, not to claim her, but to thank her for existing, for staying, for standing beside him in a world that never stops watching. She smiles softly, and in that smile he sees everything he has ever